Dr. Dave here, and I just wanted to show you one of the cool scientific toys that I have been given, and I want to show you how to make one of these yourself. So this is what I call a density bead bottle. It's got two different types of beads in there, pony beads and perler beads, and it's got two different liquids. When you shake it up, you mix those liquids together, and when that happens, the pony beads are more dense than the perler beads, and those liquids mixed together are less dense than the pony beads, but more dense than the perler beads, so they separate. Pony beads go to the bottom, and the perler beads go to the top. But as those two liquids separate, the beads start to come together until they meet at the middle when those liquids have completely separated. So this is pretty cool, and I thought I would make up a little packet of beads that you guys can take and make your own density bead bottle. So here we go. We got a packet with the pony beads and the perler beads in it, and you open it up. On the inside are your directions on how to do this, to make this a cool experiment. So first things we need distilled water. We need an empty water bottle. We need isopropyl alcohol, 91%. And we need some sea salt, kosher salt, anything that's just pure sodium chloride. We don't want any iodine in there or anything else. So pure sodium chloride. So what we're going to do is we're going to create some salt water at first. Oh, but first we need to rinse out our bottle. So we don't want any remnants of any water in there that may have some minerals in it. So we're going to rinse it out. How many times do I say? I say rinse it out twice with distilled water. Pour that out. Let's do it one more time. And this will just get all of that other chemicals, other minerals out of here, so we're not dealing with any of those. So we know what we got inside our bottle. There we go. So now we are going to add in a cup or 8 ounces of water into our bottle. Let's pour that in. All right, there we go. And now we are going to add our salt to that. So we want to add 8 teaspoons of salt or 56 grams of salt. And I like to weigh things out. So I'm going to tear my scale. So it says 0 grams on my scale. And whoop, I need to add that. Let's tear that out. And I'm just going to start to pour in salt until I get 56 grams. Woo. So now we are up to 20, 30 grams. Oh, 54. We're close. 55. All right, 56. So now let's take that off. Let's put our lid back on, and let's shake it up. Let's get all of that to dissolve in there. We want it to be nice and clear. It's going to take a little while for that to dissolve in. No problem. So just keep on shaking and shaking until you have a nice clear solution. All the salt is dissolved in there. Oh, that looks really good. Now we can do a little test to see if we got it all dissolved. We can put a few beads in. So we'll put our perler beads in because these need to float on top, and these are the most dense, and they float on top. Very good. All right, so those would normally sink in water, but now they're floating. So now we need to add 8 ounces of isopropyl alcohol, 91%. So we'll fill that up. Let's put our funnel on here. Let's pour that right in. All right. Now let's add in the rest of our beads. To make this easy, just keep on using our funnel. Thought that would make it easy. Those beads, they get wet, they get stuck in the funnel. Put those in there. You just gotta figure out what you got around you. I'll use my glue. There we go. Push those through. So now, let's get the right lid. So now we got some orange beads and some gray beads in here, and they're floating right in the middle right now. Now, let's give it a shake. And when we do that, look at the pony beads go to the bottom, the gray beads go up to the top. And now, as those two liquids separate, as the isopropyl alcohol and the salt solution separates, you see in the middle it's a little cloudy, but on either, on the top and the bottom, it's clear. So those two liquids are separating, and as that happens, the density beads go to the center. So now, once you got it made, and it works, you can take off your lid. Let's give it a little dry. We're going to glue that lid on, so let's dry that there. Let's dry that there. I know, I'm using my shirt. Use a towel, paper towel. I'm going to put a little bit of super glue. A couple drops in there. And I'll screw that on tight. And then I'll let that sit so that glue dries nicely. Let it sit for about 20 minutes. And there you go, the density bead bottle. Hope you enjoy that, and be sure to share that with your friends and your family. And I say goodbye from Mrs. Whiz Bang's kitchen. Have a good day.